I was thinking today about patients that I see and how cool they are, how cool it is, the experience of talking to people about what's most important to them, speaking as authentically as possible, and really just trusting each other with things that you are hesitant probably to trust other people with in general. And it reminded me that of the challenge, one of the challenges of the journey through life seems to be that challenge of finding your own voice, being able to speak your truth, speak from your heart. And I suppose those two things really overlap, right? They intersect. Finding your voice is speaking your truth, speaking from your heart. And there's different ways to look at that journey, and I think that one really interesting one is to recognize that there's something about time and engagement with life, with the questions that arise for you in your life. So, in other words, with the evolving inner dialogue that you're engaged with, to really, as you're slowing it down over time, to be engaged with it, to attend to it, because that's where the interesting movement of your life is occurring. And to recognize that the engagement with that aspect of yourself as part of your finding your voice, right? As part of growing towards who you most are when you're in the absence of distortion, of stress, of old stories about that someone else said about who you are, or oftentimes just old habits of mind, so that you're living in reference to someone else's view of you, old view of you. You're trying to overcome that view, and so you're resisting against it in some way. But when you observe your inner dialogue in this story of your life, you oftentimes will see more clearly that reaction in yourself that causes you stress and anxiety as the distortion, as a reaction to the story of your life that you're telling in your inner dialogue. And I believe that the process of working with that, of attending to it, attending to the story, attending to the inner dialogue, attending to what the meaning is of your resistances, because that's one way that you can see through those resistances, is to really see them clearly. The process of doing that is the process of finding your voice, finding your truth, finding your way around your inner world, because you have constructed for yourself a really clear map, at least for you, of what's going on within you and what that means about how you want to be intersecting with, interacting with the world that exists outside your brain and body, your outer world, other people. And for a lot of us, just your life, right? Your outer life here that we're experiencing together as long as we're here. So, yeah, I just wanted to share a few thoughts on the beauty of the process of finding your own voice. And I want to encourage you that if you keep pursuing that journey, that process, that your voice does come to you. It will come because you've really settled into a place right in between your inner world and your outer world. You know your inner world enough to be able to sit on top of that inner dialogue that's running beneath. You can sit on top of it and sort of have it slowly move instead of so rapidly that you become a part of it. And at the same time, because you have gotten really aligned with that purpose that's flowing out of you, you have a clear sense of how you most purposefully interact with the outer world environment. And so I believe that the process of finding your voice is the process of moving towards that place in your life. And so you can imagine how moving toward that place cultivates your voice, changes your voice. And then when you really get close with it, you see that actually your voice cultivates the experience also. When you start speaking with your voice, not only does the resonance of your voice bring into being inside your body a very sort of specific experience that is, in the best case, in alignment with your purpose, right? So your voice does that. It brings you in a physical sense, and it also is the speaking. The speech is a reinforcing aspect to you, not just in the felt sense, but in the intellectual sense, in every sense of the truth, of your truth, the truth for you. And so all of those things end up mutually supporting each other to keep you connected to that place that is your voice, that is your purpose. So, one way, of course, to do that is to mind exercise. So let's do one together now. All right, have an incredible day.